So for the past 2+ years, every real estate agent I see and everyone I know is screaming, "We need inventory, give us listings, list your home." And finally, you take the plunge and you put your home on the market, and guess what? Now nobody wants it. And you're sitting at home thinking, what the f***? Why is that? Well, let's talk about it. The first thing that ever has to be right when we appraise a home is data interpretation. And we have a whole system that shows every sale that's happened. Ideally, we want to look at ones that have sold in recent history. So if I can get properties that sold in the last 60 days and closed, amazing. 3 months, 6 months, I'm even cool with that. The issue is every 6 months, the market changes so dramatically, it can be a little bit tangly. So the first thing we have to do is interpret data. Now, normally, in a market that stays consistently flatlined, no ups or downs in pricing, it's really easy to price your home. I can look at your neighborhood, and if it's an active market, narrow down your price within $10,000 very quickly. Now, what happens if the market does what just happened in the market? We had all of these homes being purchased with low interest rates. So we had no inventory, we had cheap financing, if not free financing, because let's face it, 1 to 2% interest rate on a mortgage of $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 is free money, not normal. And now it's changed. Now interest rates have gone to 5%, 6%, 7%. Is that the same market? Maybe your neighbor who you're comparing to, and mine is nicer than theirs, because it always is, right guys? Our home is always nicer than that one. Have you ever looked at your real estate agent and said something like, "Yeah, but have you been in that one?" Let's not do that in this situation. Let's look at the market for what it is. We are comparing to properties that sold when interest rates were free. Do we seriously think now if buyer from 3 months ago had a 1.5% interest rate and a buyer now today has a 7% interest rate that they're qualified the same, that they can afford the same, that the affordability is the same? No. Yet why is that so important? Well, there's a lot of agents out there that maybe for various reasons only look at the data that's in front of them. And they happily walk into your home and they slap down a market analysis and it shows you all of the 6 month ago properties and they look amazing. And you put your home on the market at the same value with the same home and it's crickets. Data interpretation. I do not have stats to support what just happened, yet it happened. And it's really important for me to recognize that as an agent or else I'm going to be giving you a false report. That takes me to my second point. The second point is experience. If I've been through market fluxes like this before, increases, decrease, buyer's market, seller's market, I can interpret that this is going to happen, and I've seen it from experience. If I've never seen that before, and I'm a solo agent who maybe I do have office support, maybe I don't. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole in this video, yet there are varying degrees of support for your agent at their office. And maybe they're all by themselves and they're just looking at this data and the best they can interpret is look at what these homes are selling for. If I don't have the experience to have seen the market doing this and to know that we're up here right now and everything is pushing this way, that's the death zone right there. Not my eyebrow, the hypothetical, the market. It's going down and we don't even know it. We're winning at just a fast enough rate to not realize we're losing. We're listing homes at the wrong price. Experience/office support that comes in the form of experience can often guide your agent to figure these trends out and to give them a little poke and say, hey, careful. It's changed. We just don't have the data to support it yet. Let's get on this. My next point is one that may not be overly popular. Okay, but I'm going to talk about it for real. And it's the ability of the agent to present the proper information combined with the ability of the homeowner to buy into it. And what I'm going to call that is seller denial. If you just watched all of your friends and your family pocket 20 grand more than you're about to get, there's a heavy denial that comes with that. And sometimes you just waited that much too long. Sometimes you should have went when the inventory was 0 and now it's at 3 homes in your neighborhood. Maybe when the rates were at 1.5, 10 buyers wanted to buy in your neighborhood. And now that it's at 7, there's 0 buyers at the present time in your neighborhood. This will affect your home a lot. And if you're giving hard data, and I mean realistic stuff that shows you where the home should go and what the market is trending like, up or down, it is in your best interest to follow that advice if the advice is clear and it's accurate. And you should always be able to prove your accurate information as a real estate agent and why you're doing what you're doing. So the big thing here is let's not get into denial mode, because denial means that we pick a wrong price And at the beginning of the video, I said time is not your friend. Well, if you pick a wrong price, it takes a lot longer. And when it goes stale, the public looks at your home and says, geez, Frank, that one's still on the market. I wonder what's wrong with that one. And the answer is nothing. It was the wrong price. It's a beautiful home. Yeah, but Sheila doesn't think so anymore now. She thinks that home sucks. Don't have your hypothetical suck house. God, this went off the rails. Don't have that happen to you. And my last point to this is the confidence of your agent. So what does that mean? What I'm referring to is the ability of your agent to come in and communicate clearly, and it's very likely that the seller is going to combat you on price. There's almost two things that exist every time I have a real estate conversation with a seller. My price is too low for the seller, and my commission is too high for the seller. No matter which number I give them, my commission could be $1 and my price could be $1 million. It's still going to be like, are you sure though? Are you sure you can't be a bit cheaper, and you're sure it can't be pushed a little higher on the price? Now it comes down to confidence of the agent. I'm going to tell you an honest truth. When I was a brand new agent, if I went in and told somebody their home was worth $400,000 and they told me, not a chance, buddy, you're an idiot, $500,000 or get out, I would take that listing at $500,000. I just needed some skin in the game. I wanted to exist. I wanted to belong, and I needed business. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I can do a good enough job hustling out an extra 6 figures for this family. Now that I have confidence and experience, I am quite capable of declining a listing contract now that is never going to sell. Yet, it takes some time and experience again to get to that point. The confidence and the ability to present this information to a seller, the confidence to walk when it's not accurate, the confidence to have an open conversation, and also the mindset that will let you work on these skills to have these communications. Some agents do it exceptionally well, and some sellers are tough. Some of you sellers, you know who you are. You eat us alive and you put us through our paces, and you call us the devil if we don't get it sold, and sometimes we earn that. And other times, we're terrified of you. You just make it impossible to have the conversation, and we take it anyways. And usually it's out of confidence. So all of these things combined, there could be a lot of reasons why your home is not selling and why the interest level is not where you want it to be. So how do we correct this? Well, if you have a contract signed with a company right now, you have to run its course. That's the nature of we pick who we pick, and that's why there's lots of choice out there. You can get multiple opinions on different things, from marketing plans to pricing structures to why they do what they do. You'll find some agents who don't know why they do what they do. You'll find many who do know why they do what they do. It's up to you to pick somebody and vet them. But here's a little thing that I've noticed over my decade and a half of being in this business. Most people will spend more time picking out their next smartphone than they will picking out an agent to sell their home. That's terrifying. So for all of these reasons, I wish you the best of luck. If you want to talk about pricing strategies and what works and why, and it's a loose conversation, you can always reach out. You can text, call, email, whatever you want. Reach me on socials, DM me, and I'll gladly have that conversation with you to the extent that I'm allowed. And if you need to be connected with an agent in your area who we feel is a great contact for you to speak to, we can make those connections as well. And if you're a fellow real estate agent and you're not sure how to juggle any of these things and you want to have that chat as well, the same thing applies. It's always open. Let's keep communication flowing, and I appreciate your time. Till next time.